let's focus in on a little bit further the response that we've seen to the Trump tape, the bombshell audio recording that CNN obtained and broadcasted that shows Trump, as we talked about in the last segment, admitting that he has this classified document about a possible attack on Iran, and in attempting to, I guess, brag about having that information, he is showing to other people, discussing that classified document, and again admitting he could have declassified it while he was president, but he hadn't, and so he's holding on to information he knows is classified and sharing it with people, which is pretty wild. And so it destroys his own legal defense. Again, we talked about in the last segment. Feel free to catch that if you're a YouTube segment viewer. But we looked at his True Social response. Now I want to show you a kind of a quick interview outside of a recent speech that he was giving, and he says this in response to this bombshell audio recording.
We did absolutely nothing wrong. This is just another hoax. It's called, I would say, election interference more than anything else. It's a disgrace that they can do it. Next question. But everything was fine. We did nothing wrong, and everybody knows it.
I don't know if everyone knows that. The evidence does not seem to indicate that. Again, before we move on to another individual's bizarre response to the Trump tape, let me show you this moment again.
We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to
Declassify.
figure out yeah.
See, as president, I could have declassified
Yeah.
it. Now I can't, but this is
Yeah,
classified.
now we have.
This is still a secret. I could have declassified it while I was president, but I didn't, and I can't now. He's been running around saying, no, this is all bogus. Everything that I took with me was declassified because as president, I declassified it. Nope, not true. He admits it there. That's a 2021 recording, again, after he was no longer president. Well, something that obvious, that clear cut, if you're going to try to dishonestly defend Trump, you're going to make a fool out of yourself. And that's what we've seen from a number of individuals. Here's another example. This is Devin Nunes, the CEO of Trump's, of Trump Media and Technology Group, but True Social is the notable company there.
To selectively leak. It is to take something possibly out of context. What I heard right there, it's a nothing burger. There's nothing there. It appears like he's maybe referring to some article, some story maybe that had just come out. I think there's no question that Republicans in general, especially Trump, have no use for General Milley. We think that he's went woke. He's done a lot of damage to the military. And so the fact that Trump is responding to something that we're not even sure what it is yet, but my guess is that there was some type of fake news story that had just recently been out in the news that President Trump was looking at and he wasn't happy about, and he was having a back and forth with a reporter. And then finally there's this, Bianca. What document? What is it? Why don't they name it? I mean, if it's like some Iran war plans, we've heard lots of leaks of.
What? I never understand this. I've said it before, I'll say it again, but if you're going to try to deceive us, be better at it. Come on. What on earth is that argument, Devin Nunes? We don't even know. It could have been a news article. Really? He would be referring to a news article being very secretive and confidential and something he can no longer declassify? That makes sense. And really, we're just talking about Mark Milley being woke. And also, what's the document? Well, Trump's describing it in the audio recording, a document about a possible attack on Iran from presumably when Trump was president, something being outlined there as a hypothetical. And we know what the document, not every specific about it, obviously, but we know generally the subject based on, in part, Trump's recording there. And then I have for you just another example of the absurd response we've seen from right-wing media.
Former president.
And just to make clear,
I could say this is a classified document. Doesn't make it true. You know how Trump is. We don't know. We don't know if it's if what
we can even assume.
Former president.
And
I'm trying to. What does that mean? I could pick this up and say, this is a classified document, so maybe Trump was just lying. He was holding a random document. He could have been lying, but what? And the funny thing is, if Trump comes out and says, yeah, it was classified, but it's okay because I can have classified information, they'll change their tune. Right now they're saying, no, we don't even know if it was classified. But if Trump goes, yeah, it was classified, but I'm still allowed to have it, then they'll go, oh, yeah, it's okay. I mean, the president is allowed to, even when they're not the president anymore, have any information they want and keep any documents they want, even when they're subpoenaed. They'll say whatever. And so that's why I hesitate to even fully engage with every talking point. Okay, yes, technically Trump could have been picking up a random document and pretending it was classified when it wasn't. But when classified material was later found in Trump's possession, it's more likely that when he's calling something classified, probably was because it's actually classified. So the point is, of all the evidence that is so profoundly present, this at least is a way to knock down the argument we've heard from Trump, which is everything I took with me, I at least thought that I had declassified, because that's something he seems to want to roll out as an argument. And clearly, not just were the documents still classified and he wasn't supposed to have them, but he knew that at least some of them weren't, because he was talking about that very fact, I guess, to impress people. Let me know what you think of all that. Luke P. Beasley on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.